Picture this. You're way up high. The cold wind cuts across your face. Below you, there's nothing but a sheer drop of concrete and glass. Just a few steps separate you from the edge, but your body locks up. Your heart slams in your chest like distant thunder. Your knees turn to water. Your breathing gets short and sharp. This isn't just fear. It's a full-body wave of panic yanking you backward like an invisible hand. You know this exact moment. You've lived it. Or you've watched someone you love freeze in it. And maybe right now, you're recognizing yourself in it. Most people say it's just a simple phobia. They tell you you're scared of heights because you're afraid of falling. They say it's irrational and that a little courage will fix it. They call it a childhood weakness and move on. But what if that's completely wrong? What if your fear of heights isn't really about falling at all? What if it's a deep signal from your mind telling you that once, long ago, you lost total control over your life and you've never gotten it back? In this video, we're going to completely shatter that surface-level explanation. We're stepping inside your head and showing you 6 hidden traits that explain exactly why you fear heights. I'm not here to judge you. I'm here to decode you. And by the end, you'll look at yourself differently. You'll finally understand that you're not broken, you're wired differently. If this is already hitting home, hit that like button right now and let's go deeper together. The first thing you carry inside you is the vigilance that never sleeps. Your mind never turns off, never. Even when everything looks safe, it's constantly scanning the environment for any possible threat. Psychologists say this hypervigilance is born from early experiences where you weren't protected enough. Your brain learned that the world can turn dangerous in a single heartbeat. So when you approach any high edge, you don't just see a balcony. You see every possible nightmare scenario playing out in vivid detail. Think about the last time you were in a glass elevator or standing on a high terrace. Your body tensed up, your eyes locked onto the railing. You mentally calculated the distance to the ground. You felt your legs trembling, even though you were still several feet away. You're not weak, you're in permanent, maximum alert. Your mind does this to protect you, but the cost is massive. You're always tired, always tense, always ready for something that probably won't ever happen. And yet, this vigilance isn't a flaw. It's an incredibly sophisticated survival system. You see dangers before anyone else does. You anticipate problems. You protect yourself in a world where other people throw themselves forward without thinking. The vigilance that never sleeps keeps you alive, but it also keeps you trapped. This leads straight into the second trait, the desperate thirst for control. For you, control isn't a luxury, it's a survival need. When you fear heights, it's not really the physical fall that terrifies you, it's the complete loss of control. Your mind links heights to that moment when you can't do anything anymore. You can't decide. You can't stop gravity. And that instantly throws you back to childhood, to the first time you felt that no one was holding you safe. Remember how you feel when someone suggests a walk across a suspension bridge or climbing an observation tower? You politely decline. You make an excuse, or you just stay quiet while your stomach knots up. Inside, there's a war going on. You want to be free, you want to enjoy the view, but your body is screaming no, because losing control feels like emotional death. Here's the twist. This desperate thirst for control doesn't make you rigid, it makes you responsible. It makes you build a life where risks are calculated, but the price you pay is that you live inside an invisible cage, a cage you built yourself to feel safe. The desperate thirst for control saves you, but it also separates you from freedom. The next trait flows naturally from the first two, the invisible walls of distrust. You don't trust people easily, especially in any situation that involves height or risk. Why? Because you learned the hard way that people can let you fall, maybe not physically, maybe emotionally. Maybe they left you alone at the exact moment you needed someone to hold your hand. And from that day on, your brain decided the only person you can truly count on is yourself. When someone invites you to hike a mountain trail or climb a tall staircase together, you feel an instant emotional distance. You don't say no outright, but inside, a wall shoots up. You can't rely on them. You can't rely on anyone. So you choose to stay down below, alone, safe. But here's the beautiful truth. These walls aren't proof that you're cold or distant. They're proof that you survived, that you learned the brutal lesson of life, that you protect yourself with intelligence. This distrust keeps you whole, but it also keeps you lonely. It keeps you safe, but it also stops you from feeling someone else's arms holding you up. The invisible walls of distrust protect you, but they also lock you in. Now we reach an even deeper layer, the mind that invents falls. Your imagination isn't an ordinary gift, it's a double-edged weapon. When you get close to any height, your mind doesn't see reality. It instantly creates crystal-clear images of you falling, of your body hitting the ground, of your final thought before impact. It's like your brain is running a personal horror movie in ultra-high definition. You stand on a pedestrian bridge and suddenly you see the railing give way. You see yourself slipping. You see the world spinning. All of this in less than a second. You're not crazy. You're simply someone with a hyperactive imagination that was trained to predict danger so it could save you. And here's the twist that changes everything. This imagination that torments you isn't a defect. It's a talent. It's the same imagination that makes you creative, that makes you deeply empathetic, that lets you understand other people's pain before they even speak it. But when it's aimed at heights, it becomes an enemy. The mind that invents falls protects you, but it also exhausts you. It keeps you awake at night. It makes you avoid the beauty that exists above the ground. The fifth trait hits you right in the chest, the heart without skin that feels everything too intensely. You don't just feel fear of heights, you feel it in your whole body, in your soul, in your memories. One single glance downward triggers a flood of emotions that overwhelms you because your emotional sensitivity has no filter. You feel everything 10 times stronger than other people. And that's why height isn't just a physical position, it's an emotional memory of every single time you felt exposed and unprotected. When you climb the stairs of a tall building and your chest tightens, it's not just dizziness, it's an old pain rising to the surface. It's the child inside you screaming for help. It's the adult today who still hasn't learned how to calm themselves. But listen closely. This heart without skin doesn't make you weak, it makes you alive. It makes you deep. It makes you love harder, notice more, and understand others more clearly. This extreme sensitivity is your gift, but it's also your curse. It lets you feel the beauty of the world, but it also makes you feel its dangers with an intensity that can destroy you. And finally, the last trait that ties all 6 together, the art of staying away from every edge. You've become a master of avoidance. Not just of physical heights, but of any situation where you might feel vulnerable. You turn down adventure invitations. You always choose the safe spot. You live a smaller but more controlled life because every edge represents something bigger. It represents the risk of losing everything. When your friends want to go to a rooftop concert or hike a mountain, you come up with a smooth excuse. Not because you don't want to have fun, but because you already know exactly what will happen inside you, and you'd rather avoid the pain than face it. But here's the truth that sets you free. This art of staying away from every edge isn't cowardice, it's wisdom, it's adaptation. You learned how to protect yourself in a world that was sometimes too harsh with you. This avoidance keeps you intact. But it also keeps you away from life. It keeps you safe, but it also stops you from flying. Now look at all 6 traits together. The vigilance that never sleeps, the desperate thirst for control, the invisible walls of distrust, the mind that invents falls, the heart without skin that feels everything too intensely, and the art of staying away from every edge. They aren't separate flaws. They are pieces of the same survival system, a system you built when no one protected you the way you needed. You are not someone who's irrationally afraid of heights. You are someone who learned how to survive in a world where emotional falling hurts far more than physical falling. You are not weak. You are profound. You are not strange. You are adapted. You are not broken. You were carefully constructed by your own brain so you would never again feel the pain of losing total control. So the next time you approach a high edge and feel that pull backward, stop judging yourself. Smile on the inside. Whisper, "Thank you. Thank you for protecting me. Thank you for learning the lesson." Then take one deep breath, because now you finally know who you really are. You are the person who fears heights, and that is exactly why you see the world more clearly than anyone else.